Today is HaZikaron, the day when we remember and revere the terrible sacrifices that were made over the decades by Israel's young to secure the future of the Jewish state. We are here in the year 2020, some 72 years after the creation of the state of Israel, decades through which there has too often been combat initiated by the adversaries who sought Israel's destruction. The modern state of Israel is nothing short of a miracle created by God and man, a miracle which has radically altered the Jewish condition. I'm standing in a synagogue, an empty synagogue, as I speak these words. And I speak to you from a synagogue because I wanted to remind us all that this synagogue, like every synagogue, would not exist today were it not for the creation of the state of Israel. After World War II, we were a broken and shattered people. And it was only the miraculous creation of the state of Israel, forged through the heroism of Israeli soldiers, that completely restored Jewish hope and Jewish pride and Jewish dignity. This synagogue's existence is due only to the existence of the state of Israel. The state of Israel restored us all. The sacrifices made by Israeli soldiers over the years are never far from our hearts and minds. The sacrifices they made to make sure we would all have a future of creativity, security, and hope. That future is the debt we owe them. You know, every Israeli soldier, when they're sworn into Israel's army, takes an oath. And among others, they say in that oath, they promise lahagdish et kol kochotai, v'af lahakriv et chayai, lahaganat hamoledet ulecheirut Yisrael. They dedicate themselves to sacrifice, if necessary, the totality of their lives for the freedom of Israel and the security of the state. Lahakadish kol kochotai, to sanctify all of their energy. The young men and women of Tzahal wear the holiest uniform Jews have ever worn. And it is not enough to revere their memory when they have fallen. We must also defend them when they are in service. We know how too often they are vilified and libeled by others. It is our job to defend their honor. We know that Israel's army is guided by the highest ethical standards ever in the history of combat, that they practice tohar haneshek, the purity of arms, far above any army in the entire history of mankind. We know who they are. We know them better than the critics in the media. We know them better than the New York Times or CNN. We know who they are. They are our sons and daughters, our brothers and our sisters. We know them. We know their hearts are pure and their hands are clean, and we must defend them. So on this day of HaZikaron, as we pledge and promise to remember them, to remember those who have fallen, we also pledge to defend whose service we rely on.